Hey, how you doing, America? I know I ripped that off. This is Butch, and I'm adding another segment to my series of campgrounds that I've been to in the last few months. First one here is the Washington Irving South Corps of Engineers, and it's it's very small. It was damaged in some flooding a couple years back, and they haven't caught up on fixing that up yet. But it's it's usually not very busy and quiet, and gets busy on the weekends, but it's pretty. The next one here is Osage Cove, which is just beautiful, and I lucked out and got a campsite shown on the map here, right on this bluff, about 100 feet over the water, and I could see water around me for like 180 degrees. Here's another map from RV Trip Wizard. This is the map layer showing you the roads coming in, and this is the satellite layer showing you a little bit more of what the land looks like from a satellite. On to Damsite, Fall River Lake, and this is a very small place. It's only got probably 10 or 15 sites with electric hookup and water, and another handful, half a dozen with just dry camping. But it's cheap. It was $8 a night, so it's nice, and they've got a few amenities, so it's really a pretty good deal. That's $8 with my America the Beautiful pass. So I've recorded these clips on my GoPro, and I figured I'd go back and edit them later. And the microphone, of course, is pretty much useless on these GoPros in any kind of wind.
It's 16 hours.
And so I'm recording voiceover on all of this footage because most of what I'm saying can't be heard, and the wind gets nasty, and the bike rattles, and so on and so forth. But this is my cap cam. I glued a little bit of Velcro, or hoop and loop, as it is politically correctly called, and I glued a patch on the bottom of my little GoPro Session 5, and it sticks up there pretty good. And I'm riding this bike around, and it hasn't fallen off yet. The only problem, of course, is every time I turn my head to look at something, it jerks the camera around. So went up to the bridge there, and back down. I'm going to go around the loop past my campsite, and you can see there's the dam there on the right. And you can see just how small this place is. We warp here up to the top of the hill above the dam, and that's the lake on the other side of this pavilion here. This is an overlook that is really nice. It was pretty chilly and cold out that day, with the wind whipping across the lake. You can see I'm wearing my mismatched gloves. More on that later. But trying to get a good view from this bona fide outlook, and it's pretty stellar when you're there, and I hope the camera's picking up some of this in this overcast weather. But I can recommend this campsite. It's, like I said, it's economical, and here we are coming back down to the campsite, and that's my rig on the right. The text below will tell you a little bit about my camper, and I'll add more of that later too. So here we are coming back with a good look at the dam from below again. This is the only other camper I saw there on one day I was there. I think when I arrived there was one other camper next to me, and they left the next morning. And yeah, camping below a dam is kind of interesting. You can Google some dam failures and get some footage that is pretty epic, and what can happen if a dam fails and all that water starts to run through. But that's it. There's just this loop around here. You've seen it all, and there's another campground on the other side of the bridge that I saw a little more of on my trip back from Minnesota back to Texas. And there's my rig, and now we're on to Riverside East Corps of Engineers, the 4th Corps of Engineers campground that I've stayed at in the last 14 days. And here I'm showing a screenshot from RV Trip Wizard again, and I was trying to show you how much detail those maps can show you about the campsites the campgrounds you're considering staying in. And wrapping it up here with a couple of pictures from that campground, and there's more to come later.